What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. If you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. You know, I've been thinking about this a little bit, and I want to play this clip, but I wanted to share my thoughts a little bit deeper on this ridiculousness of Martell and him just showing out and acting the way that he did on this most recent episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and the fact that the woman that he has been divorced from, her choice, that he just can't take for several years now, is so mad. Is so mad that Melody is not Nell Fletcher. And that Melody would have the audacity to not sit around, just be separated from him for a year and a half to 2 years, and then have him come back into her life. Melody was just done with him and he can't take it. So let's just go ahead and get into this clip, because it's one main point that I want to focus on. And so let's just go ahead and get into it.
Everybody does what they need to do for their me time, for their calming down time. And now because you got caught cheating all these years, I was cheating? Man, get that out of here.
All the changed behavior. That's all I'm talking about. All the changed behavior behind you going to the hotel.
Because you was an ass. You still an ass. I hate that Martell is using time that we would agree for me to take as a mother, wife, business owner, just the time to steal away. I hate that he's trying to use that to make it seem as if I was meeting men at hotels. What a way to project. The projection is real, because we all know what you was doing.
Mel has never asked me to pick sides. You have.
If she can,
let me finish, please.
If she's up here digging a grave for me and y'all supporting her, y'all gonna tell you to pick sides. If you gonna be coming to my house, want to be my friend, she's gonna behind y'all's back, my back, that. Trying to send me to jail. No.
Martell has never asked us to pick a side. He has said, right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's it.
I admit some things.
She said she just told you she cheated. We were still married when she went to the apartment. We were still married when she went to the apartment. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We did not. Hold on. We still married.
Well, I'm not going to cancel too.
You shouldn't cheat.
Of course I should not have. I know. You're right. I should not have.
The rest of it
but in the midst of it, like people say, no matter what, you shouldn't cheat.
Don't do it.
She still cheated.
You did.
God damn, y'all winning. What's wrong with y'all?
You shouldn't cheat.
I can't win. A man cannot win. I got you.
Nothing else matters.
It does matter.
It does.
So once one spouse cheats, everything after that
could have been done.
Hold on. Listen to this.
Question.
Logical.
Once one spouse cheats, everything after that is fair game.
Yeah, if it feel like it's done. Yeah. What I heard her say was she moved out because she thought it was going to be done.
No, we never talked about divorce or
Man, I
anything.
had the 5 attorneys already trying to get them papers.
What?
Are you kidding me? You thought I just moved out for fun? When I first found out about Martell cheating in March of 2017, I moved out, started talking to attorneys about what, divorce would look like, what my steps were. I went out on a few dates, right? But I thought my marriage was over. I know for a fact that he gets excited when it seems like things aren't going well for me. And I think that's because that makes him feel like if she doesn't do well, she'll come back. If she can't provide for herself, she'll come back. So Melody is not coming back. It was imperative for me to make it clear that I did not make that call to invite Kiki to Houston.
So what's been going on in the group?
We just had a little dinner thing. Nell and Chris, they're hosting like a trip to Houston.
I'm willing to see Tisha face to face, admit to my wrongdoings, and say that won't happen again.
Well, maybe you can reach out to Miss Nell, girl, and see if she'll invite you to come. I could see that Marcel and Tisha were very bothered by her being there, and considering we're trying to get on a place where we're all cordial, I'll be honest, I didn't know if they had made up or not made up, but I didn't want Tisha and Marcel to feel like, oh, Melody's trying to start mess, because I didn't make that call.
I don't feel like you should be condemned forever because of your decisions.
I understand that.
I will say that. However, I will say that you did so I feel like you almost want to justify your first action because of
I understand. But I thought at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you shouldn't cheat. So did you cheat on Fletcher after he cheated on you?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because I was waiting on him.
How long did it take for y'all to get back together after y'all separated?
18 to 24 months.
And you didn't sleep with nobody else? It was on me?
Everybody's circumstances.
Be quiet. It wasn't no difference. It wasn't no difference.
All right, so you heard all of that. First, let me say this. It is so irritating to me to sit and watch this clown, this fool, go off on these wild tangents, just so over the top, yelling, screaming, wailing, throwing his hands all around. And he's doing this towards the women. Now, we can say that the majority of the men that were in that room, they feel the same way that he feels. So it wasn't like he would have to be sitting there having a disagreement with another man where he felt so irate. But this is the way that he is when it comes to women. Now, we've seen him have a few little disagreements here and there with another man. But the only time we've really seen him get buck with a man was when there were several people in between him and whoever, it was, whether it was Marceau or Maurice or whoever, outside of the clothes store that Destiny had from a couple of seasons ago. Other than that, it may just be a few words, but he's not yelling and screaming with a male like he is with the women. And that bothers me so much to see that, to sit there, whether I'm listening to it with just my ears or I'm listening to it and watching it with my eyes. It is something that makes my blood boil to see that. Because when he and when he and Stormy were speaking and Stormy was disagreeing with him in a lot of ways, he was yelling and Stormy's husband was standing right there just looking. I'm like, what? Is this in the script? Is this like a requirement to, like Donald Trump said to the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by? Like, I just don't understand that at all. But I wanted to talk about that briefly. But what I really wanted to talk about that fact is he is so upset with Nell and Chris. More so, he's mad with Melody. Yeah, he's mad with Nell and Chris because they did not take sides. When he said, you all take sides. I don't want you to take sides. I just want you to be neutral. But Nell said, Melody has never asked us to pick sides. You have. He tries to make it seem like I didn't ask you to pick sides. I'm just saying I want you to tell the truth and say what's right. But we know when it comes to him, when you speak the truth, it's not going to be beneficial to him. So we know that that's not the case. We know that that's not true. So he's upset with them because even though I don't agree with them being so-called in the middle or not wanting to pick sides, in some ways they do, because the fact that they are even still entertaining him in any way, shape, or form, I feel is questionable. But he's still bringing this stuff up. When Melody left him years ago, he's still bringing this stuff up because he is so upset with the fact that Melody is not Nell. And when he asked Nell, how did you get with anybody else when you and Chris were separated? And she immediately said, no, I absolutely did not. And then he says, well, how long, did you wait? Or how long was it before you got back with Chris? And she said 18 to 24 months. And he's like, well, were you with anyone else? And she said, no, I wasn't. Then he wanted to try to turn the tables on Melody to say, well, look, when we were separated, she was with somebody else. Look, most of us don't care if she was with somebody else, even while they were not separated after how he's treated her. I'm just being honest and not saying that any one of us condones someone not being ethical or being morally right or whatever. But when it comes to somebody like him, I'm not even on the what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. It's like, no, screw him. I mean, forget him. But I'm just saying, he was a huge mistake that she wasted a lot of years with. But it's her life experiences. She got 4 beautiful children out of this union that was garbage. So she can cherish that. But I'm quite sure she has a lot of regrets when it comes to being with him and being with him as long as she was with him. So saying all of that, I do believe that he is the type. He's shown that. There are men that are like that. But I do believe that she was done, and she was trying to just go through the process of getting the divorce, but she knew that she was going to be done and over with him. But because of the type of person that he is, he would try to use the fact that she may have gone out on a date with someone or whatever to say, oh, well, she was cheating on me the whole time too. And anytime she left the house, you know, to be honest with you, he's probably saying anytime she left the house, she was out there screwing somebody and sleeping around. And we know that we don't believe that. And even if it were the truth, none of us would say that he didn't deserve it. But because that's the thing. Her being faithful, it wasn't her being faithful to him because he deserved it. She was being faithful when she was being faithful because it was her being faithful to herself and not being what he has called her, which is a HOE, or some people say a 304. Like, and how crazy is it to hear the man that you've been married to for all of these years, had 4 children with this same person, to call you that when they know that that's not what you are. But they're just mad whenever they have the thought, the possibility that another man may have touched you the way that I touched you. And not even just the way that I touched you, but better. Because all she could do is go up, right? When it comes to that clown. But yeah, he's mad because Melody is not Nell. And she did not just sit around and wait for a year or 2 or 3 or 7 for him to get his ish together to say, all right, now I'm going to get back with you. And now we're really going to make this work. Because that would be the work. And why should she have to put in all of the work when he just wants to do whatever he wants to do so that he can feel good and not caring about her feelings and her disposition, whether she was depressed or not. I mean, I just look back then and I look at her now and she just looks so healthy, so amazing. You could tell that she was just going through a lot of stress. Even not saying she looked bad back then because she didn't, but I believe that she's happy, healthy, and whole. Yes, Jesus. All right. And he was doing nothing but stressing her out and bringing her down. And I admire that so much. So I just wanted to talk about that because, yeah, I caught it. He's upset that Melody is not Nell. And we know that Nell and Chris have talked about, not maybe a whole lot, but they've discussed that they've dealt with infidelity in their marriage before. And it took a while, but they worked through it. They got through it and they're together. Hopefully he's staying faithful and true. We don't know. Some people say he's questionable as well. And I could see how some people would see that. But I just have thoughts when it comes to him. And I try not to keep him in the forefront of my mind or thinking about him a great deal because I really can't stand him. But to see him yelling at the top of his lungs, just being so clown-like and animated with the hand gestures and screaming and pointing back at her and stretching arms out this way and doing that and doing this. It's like, this dude is crazy. And to see everyone standing around and even Kimmy speaking, in my opinion, on his behalf, it's just weird to me. When she was in a way disagreeing with what Stormy said when Hotel asked Stormy about, well, if we're not divorced yet and she's seeing somebody else, isn't that cheating? And cheating is just wrong overall. She shouldn't even be with anybody else. See, that's the thing. He just doesn't want her to be with anybody else, period. And he is so narcissistic. He had been living his life, doing his thing, screwing Coleslaw and whoever else And he just wants to live his life and let bygones be bygones when it comes to him, but wants to assume and insinuate that Melody is out here screwing around. And then he had the nerve to yell out, trying to put me in jail because she filed a complaint about what you attempted to do with the tape, or video, I should say, because I don't think it's like a tape, but the video that she and he recorded while they were married of her allegedly doing something to him, but he wasn't seen in the video, so he was wanted to make it look like she was doing that on some random dude. How disgusting and sick. The former wife, but current mother of his, like he loves to say all the time, 4 beautiful children, and you would think to do something like that to her, to try to humiliate her, to try to discredit her, to try to make her look like she's just out here slutting around and on the internet and whatever. It's just disgusting. He is a disgusting cretin, and I cannot stand him. And I know that Melody wishes nothing more that he would just kind of go to sleep and just don't wake up no more. We're not wishing death on him. We're not wishing anybody does something to him. But I know that she's probably sometimes like, just go to sleep forever. just go to sleep and don't wake up no more. Because then she wouldn't have to deal with his shenanigans and foolishness anymore, and having to split custody and deal with him, when everything with him, it is about trying to hurt her because he feels that she hurt him. No, she just gave you what you wanted, the streets. And that's it. So to see Kimmy disagreeing with Stormy to say, oh, so once one partner does something, whatever happens after that by the other partner is just fair game. Why do you even care? Why are you even speaking on it is the question, right? But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate you being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.